what's up? I want to talk about the lyricism and diversity in hip hop nowadays. I was listening to the Swagger Like Us song by T.I., Jay-Z, and Lil Wayne, and I'll admit, while T.I. actually represents on the song, he said some good shit on that song. I listened to Lil Wayne's verse and I was just like, okay, this guy's really rhyming words. I mean, as clever as it is, as amazing as it is for him to come up with these metaphors and rhymes and clever wordplay off the top of his head, at the end of the day, Wayne's not saying anything. It's just rhyming words with very little substance behind it. And I find that to be a huge problem because I'm using Lil Wayne as an example for the way that contemporary rap music goes right now. How contemporary rap music works right now. It's all about just saying a bunch of stuff about a lifestyle that most people can't relate to and that is really unattainable in the end. You have artists like Young Jeezy and Lil Wayne. I use these guys most of the time because they're just really too popular people in contemporary rap. But they preach this lifestyle that is unreachable to most people. I recall talking to somebody and they told me the music I listen to. And the music I listen to is like Atmosphere, Joe Budden, Lupe Fiasco, MF Doom, Madlib, Stone's Throw, People Under Stairs, people like that. But he said the music I listen to is stuff that people from the hood, the ghetto, and the projects can't relate to. And this sort of blew my mind because what he was telling me is that a kid or a teenager or a young adult from the hood could relate to I'll be damned if my Lamborghini's blue and I'll be damned if my rims ain't too, more than they can relate to Joe Budden, who's talking about he's late on his car note and he wishes he got an abortion or is feeling bad because he can't see his son that much. I just don't understand how that is, because maybe somebody can point the statistics out to me that say most people living in the hood, projects, or the ghetto have an income that allows them to go out and afford Lamborghinis and spend money on an exuberant amount of things and make it rain in the club and all the time. Because that's not real life. That's a fantasy world. And if you think that's relatable, then you have a fucked up image of how life really works in your head. Now, I hope you begin to see the real world really soon. But I digress. This is the type of music that's coming over the radios nowadays. And I just wish that these artists, these rappers of this era, the contemporary rappers of this era, would focus a lot more on their lyrics and put substance behind it. Because although rap music is meant to entertain at some point, there's nothing wrong with entertaining, there's nothing wrong with party music, but there's something wrong with people exclusively making party music and entertaining people without giving them some type of substance or inspiration or motivation behind their music. You have a handful of songs from these artists, and they do actually mean something, but that's not enough, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what hip-hop is. I relate so much to hip-hop because this is the way I see it. When I listen to a song by Atmosphere, Joe Budden, or Lupe Fiasco, it seems that they're giving me a piece of themselves. And they're opening my eyes to a perspective that maybe I haven't seen before, something that I haven't considered before, thought of before. And by the time I get done listening to that song, or listening to a verse, or listening to a track, or listening to an album, I walk away with something that I didn't really understand before, or I'm able to feel something that I never thought I could feel before. If that makes any sense to you guys. But that's why it's so special to me, because it's these intimate thoughts and feelings that these artists are sharing with you over their music, and you're not getting this with the stuff on the radio right nowadays. Something that really upsets me is I was watching a Plies interview, and this guy is so intelligent. He's articulate. He has a extensive lexicon. He knows what he's talking about. His ideas are precise and crisp in the interview. For this guy to be so smart and to make Busted Baby music, this zombie mindless lyrics, just drawl music, it hurts because I think he knows what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? He knows he's putting out bullshit. Same with 50 Cent. Before 50 got famous on his mixtapes, this guy was a beast. This guy got money. He started selling records, and you know that he does it. He dumbs his shit down to sell records. That's just what he does. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna hate on him getting money, but I really don't like it when people just use hip hop to make money. Sure, you should get paid for your profession or your craft, but shouldn't you just genuinely love your craft? It's like the question I asked: what would you do if you had $1 million? That question is meant to say, what in life do you really love to do? That you do it for free, or you do it if you already had money. You know what I'm saying? And I think the problem is a lot of these cats are just using rap or hip hop. Cause keep that rap shit second and hip hop first. You are using rap music simply to make a buck and aren't doing it for the love of the music at all. I understand your love for hip hop can't feed you, but there has to be some type of guidelines. I'd really like for the variety to come back and the diversity of hip hop to come back. Cause like back in the day, I said this before, you could have an NWA song followed by a De La Soul song, followed by a Slick Rick song, followed by a Tribe Called Quest song, followed by the Fat Boys, followed by MC Ren, you know? And we need to take it back to those days because we need that type of diversity. We need these different ideas and these different thoughts and all this creativity that is grounded in hip-hop music, but we don't want to let it. Most people just seem to not to stay away from it. Like when somebody puts out something different, something innovative, something really outside of the box. Because Lil Wayne is not outside of the box. I mean, he can rhyme words, but he's not saying anything different from what Young Jeezy is saying in the end. I got money. I'm a great rapper. I got haters. I drink syrup. I have cars and rims. That's cool, man, but give me some inspiration. Give me something to think about. I really don't know what else to say about this. It's just sort of upsetting. And I know I'm not the only person who feels like this. But that's just my thoughts and feelings on it. I hope we can go back to the days where all these thoughts and ideas in this culture, this great culture that we have, were celebrated at once. And I hope that the trendiness of hip-hop sort of fades away so it can be real again. I'm looking forward to some real music playing on the radio one day before I die. But that's just my thoughts and opinions. Hit me up, post a comment, hit me on the inbox. Peace.